everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Mulholland Drive. I have never, Mulholland Drive, sorry. I've never seen this movie. Right? 7.8, I've heard about it. I mean, 346,000 people have rated this movie. And it's a 7.9. And I saw somebody, it was on whatever social media channel that says like endings that you never get over or you never understand or something like that, and this movie came up and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen it. And wow, I mean, Naomi Watts, Laura Harring is in it, Justin Theroux, and that's it. That's all I recognize. But it's a 2-hour and 27-minute movie, and it was in what, 2001, I think. Holy snikes! I mean, this is an older movie now. I know 2001 was just like 9 years ago. That's what it feels like. But yeah, 2001. So I don't know. I'm excited, but I know nobody's going to watch this review because you've already seen the movie. Although you might watch the review. I know I'm stumbling. It's a Friday night. You know, like I said, it's not a school night. I had a couple of happy hour drinks, whatever. You're probably interested in what I think about the movie. That's why you're watching. So I appreciate it. Let me get into it. I'll check in from time to time. See what I can figure out about this movie. I really know nothing. Nothing. So I'm going into this blind. So hopefully it's good. 7.9. It's got to be, right? And there's not a lot of big name actors in it, unless there was more. I didn't scroll that far. But Naomi Watts, I mean, yeah, she's a big name, but that's it. Alright. I know. I'm babbling. I'll be back. Stick around. Hey everybody. We're going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Mulholland Drive. We're at the 1 hour, 28 minute, and 22 second mark. So there's about an hour left. So I'm well over halfway here. Didn't check in yet because it's a very, I don't want to say intricate, but involved movie. There's a lot of different things going on. It's not just one plot line. The main one that they talk about on IMDb is Naomi Watts comes in from out of town, Ontario, out of country actually, Ontario, comes into Hollywood where her aunt is some kind of involvement in acting somehow, some way, or in the, I guess, entertainment industry, you know. And she's going out of town for something, so she allows Naomi Watts to stay at her place, and she's an up-and-coming actress. She wants to be an actress, whatever. So she's coming in, and this is, prior to this, are the other girl, she's going by Rita at this point, got in an accident. So there's a little bit in the beginning where she gets in a car accident and she has amnesia. And she stumbles into Naomi Watts' apartment, essentially, and she finds her there. So they're trying to figure out what's going on. So they become friends. Meanwhile, Naomi Watts has just gotten back from like an audition, right? So that's like, I think, the main storyline that's going on. But there's other pieces that are at play right now, right? So there's a director story, you know, and what's going on with him. I have to say this. It's a spoiler a little bit. It's not like the ending spoiler, but it's a little nugget in the movie. And this movie's 21 years old. I can't believe it. So he catches his wife with Billy Ray Cyrus. Sorry. So I had to do it. Right? You know? So I was like, wait. Whoa, man. I mean, you know, you think you have it bad. Catch your wife with Billy Ray Cyrus. Anyway, mullet and everything, you know. 21 years ago. So, you know, and there's his story. There's another story of, I don't know, a guy getting a book kind of thing, right? So there's a lot going on. There's not enough, I don't have enough information to tell you everything that's going on. But obviously, what I'm thinking is, it's all going to tie in. So, very interesting. I think it's fun to watch a movie that's 20 years old. It's crazy, you know. They're using phones like with wires and stuff like that, and they're dialing. And I was like, yeah, I always think like it's 2000, but I remember that's 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. So it's insane. But fun still. I mean, that's not, you know, it's interesting little pieces of it, but it's not taking away from the story. They're taking cabs, not Uber or Lyft. You know, so we'll see. I mean, it's entertaining. It keeps you interested. At least I'm interested so far. Haven't been falling asleep at all. I think Naomi Watts' character is a little, I don't know, innocent, aloof, if you will. But that's it. I don't know why I said that, probably because she's on the pause screen right now. But let me get back to it. We're going to see where it goes from here. I'm sure it's going to be outstanding when it all wraps in. And, you know, right now it's entertaining, so I can't wait to see where it goes. So stick around. I'm sure I won't be able to tell you much more after this when it all comes together, but I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Mulholland Drive. Still can't say it. Thank you for sticking with me so long, and if you've seen the rest of this review, you might be able to tell my demeanor has changed a bit. From the jovial, funny, hey, to like the perplexed, unsure, confused demeanor that I have now. And those of you who've watched this movie before, either get it, don't get it, whatever, are probably laughing at me now. Like, duh. Okay, like I said, I went into this completely blind. And I watched the first 2 hours of this film completely intrigued. You know, trying to figure out what's going to happen here, looking at all the different stories. And then I get to the last 30 minutes. Or whatever, 27 minutes, whatever it was. And it's just like I was actually thinking, it took, I don't know how long, I was going to stop it, but I didn't. But I was like, there was a point, I was like, this is just going to end like this. I don't get it. Well, it didn't. You get a little bit more, like, you know, whatever it was. It went longer than I thought it was. Not that that was helpful at all. You know, and I'll be honest. Before speaking to you, I had to go through Google, and that's not fair. And it was funny because one of the reviews or comments that I read is like, David Lynch, who creates these films, does this on purpose. Like, he wants it to be subjective. He wants the mystery to stay there. He doesn't want it unlocked, that kind of thing. And that, you know, prior to this, back in the day it was made, you couldn't go to Google and figure out what this movie was about. And now I was able to, but I tell you, my initial impression was like, what happened? I don't understand it. You know? Now, maybe if I would have watched it multiple times, because I got some of it, but without going to Google I would have never gotten it. And I think that takes away, but it doesn't, because of my initial reaction. My initial reaction was, I am lost, I'm confused, I really don't know what to think about this film. Something that I was very excited about for 2 hours left me in a bewilderment state. And I didn't like that. You know, I like not, you know, sometimes I like, I don't know, I like not knowing what's going to happen, that's for sure. And then I like, you know, being surprised, but I don't like, you know, being left out in the cold, I guess. And that's truly what this movie does to you until you Google it. So if you haven't seen this, do something I did. If you haven't seen it and you're interested in this, what I've told you so far, that goes in a completely different direction. But you can kind of see that piece coming, but then leaves you really, and I don't want to say hanging, it's not like a cliffhanger, it's, I don't know, like you just don't know what happens. Yeah, I mean, maybe you do, I'm sure most of you are a lot smarter than I am and are like, duh, you know, I get it, and you didn't. But anyway, if you like these kinds of films, check it out. If you haven't seen it, watch it, and don't go to Google. if I didn't have to do a review, I probably wouldn't have Googled it initially, to be honest with you. Not that I had to do a review, but I had to do a review. It's like my addiction. And I probably would not have Googled it. I would have went and made my pizza and let it percolate. And that's what I'm suggesting you do, is go ahead and watch it and let it percolate and see if you can think it through. I normally do like that. I don't always just go and Google right away. Now, granted, in an hour, I would have Googled it anyway, or probably less than an hour, but when I couldn't think anymore, it was driving me nuts. But I know this isn't really much about the movie. Well, it is about the movie, but it's more about the emotion and the reaction I got from the movie than it is about the movie. Sorry, speaking a lot. I appreciate it. I mean, this is something completely new for me. You know, I get it now. That Facebook article or wherever I got this from was like, yeah, you know, the ending of Mulholland Drive. It's like, how can it be that crazy? Well, whew, it got me. It totally did. It's, you know, and again, I think I've ruined it right now, so I probably would have been a lot less, I would have been a lot more critical if I didn't Google this and come up, yeah, at least what other people think of this, or at least what one guy thinks, and put it in the right perspective. And what was shared kind of makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth watching a second time. Probably. I don't know. I'm rambling now. I apologize. If you've listened to me this far, I really appreciate it. Hopefully I didn't confuse you as much as this movie confused me. And if you haven't seen it, and you're a movie lover like myself, you gotta go see it. And I urge you not to Google right away. You're gonna have to Google at some point. You're gonna have to. But don't do it right away. If you've already seen this movie and you're laughing at me, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you watching my review and laughing with me, not at me. And if you already ducked out of my review, sorry, you missed a great one. No, just kidding. All right, that's it. Whew, I've rambled enough. This is me and you sharing my first watch at Mulholland Drive. Thanks for tuning in to Kimmel's Irish Pub.